Hello, everybody, and welcome to Turn to Page 28, Night of a Thousand Claws. What do you... I need to know what you think of this cover. Before I even say, how are you doing? What do you think of this cover? It's got...
Absolutely incredible. I've never seen a Khajiit with the Jennifer. The Aniston, rather, I think is what it was referred to at the time. There were a lot of Jennifers in the 90s.
Yeah, it's a werecat lady with definitely some Jennifer Aniston hair. That is very apt for Night of a Thousand Claws. I read the name and I thought it was just like, oh, another werewolf. Nope.
No. This is a werecat. It is very evocative also of the live action, the musical stage play rather for Lion King, where or Cats as well, where they are wearing kind of like mandible inserts because it is clearly anthropomorphic as a base, and then they've changed a little additional parts to be a cat. Effectively, what we're talking about is
Animorphs.
The second transition along the Animorphs chain.
Yes. Well, I always think of as a cousin to Goosebumps. Surely. I feel like many people who are like, I have nostalgia for Goosebumps, or like have some other like remotely close thoughts towards Animorphs.
Is this
I don't
like
know.
A scholastic
I think so.
overlap?
I think it's like a demographic and time frame overlap more than anything.
Yeah.
I think they were just on the shelves at the same time and appealed to, people who want something a little weird, like Twilight Zone for kids,
Yeah, exactly. That kind of like, sci-fi-ish, horror-ish, but for kids. Like, Goosebumps, Animorphs. I can't think of too many more things that were contemporary to that at the period of time that were doing the same thing. Yeah. They also had relatively like similar cover stylings for a long period of time. It definitely seems like the overlap is almost intentional.
But never more than Night of a Thousand Claws. This is, straight out of it. The interesting thing is, I wouldn't be shocked if there's parts of Animorphs that are actually more scary than parts of Goosebumps.
100%. I have not read Animorphs, but I have heard a lot about just genocide and child slavery and the worst things.
It's wild. It is wild what it actually is compared to what you think it is. It's just it's expectation versus reality to the extreme. Maybe one day we will visit an Animorphs of sorts. It seems someday maybe like a possibility. But for now, it is perhaps also a possibility to read the Beware page.
Beware! Do not read this book from beginning to end. Oh, I was just about to. Summer vacation on an island. You're psyched for bike rides, windsurfing, and hanging out on Cat K's beach. There's just one problem. You hate cats, and Cat K is overrun with them. And there's something very creepy about these cats. Then your brother Sam disappears in the middle of the night. When the cats rule. You've got to find him. Do you look in the old lighthouse, where the crazy lightkeeper has set up deadly booby traps? Or do you search the rest of the island and find out the horrifying truth about the cats of Cat K?
Would you have guessed any of this? Aside from cats.
What? Okay, I will say, I did clock it on the cover. I didn't mention it at the time, but it would be one of the 1,000 words that describes this single picture. That is, there is a lighthouse in the background.
Right.
I was ready to pull that out at a later part of the episode just in case it happened to be relevant in some way. Like, the cats are actually not at the location with the light. That's sort of different.
I couldn't look at anything but that face. It's just so...
It's entrancing.
It's so magnetic. Like, my eyes to that face, props to you for seeing anything else.
It took effort. I had to blur my eyes so that I could keep one eye on the central figure and then one zooming through the background.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. You got good eyes. That's why I need glasses, and also why I probably need to update my prescription. But that is not interesting for a podcast, so let's read the book. And it's me first. You step off the ferry and take a deep whiff of the salt air. All right, you say to yourself. Your parents rented a cottage on Cat Cay for the summer. It's an island near Nantucket. You're sure this vacation is going to be cool. You stroll down the dock to the line of waiting taxis. Your twin brothers, Donnie and Sam, race ahead of you.
Watch the boys!
Your mother calls to you. You roll your eyes. Or maybe vacation won't be so great. How come I always get stuck with the brat twins, you wonder? Your mom and dad help a cab driver load your suitcases into the trunk. You all pile in and your mom gets directions. The driver's eyes widen.
You're staying at the madhouse?
He asks.
The what?
You gasp. Why would he call your summer cottage a madhouse? Turn to page 2.
Are we really staying at a madhouse?
Sam asks your mother. She laughs.
Don't be silly, darling. That's just the owner's name, Katrina Mad. We rented out of her house on Airbnb.
As you ahead of the time. As you settle into your seat, you glimpse the cab driver's face in the rearview mirror. He wears a very worried expression. You peer through the cab windows. Cottages line the sand-swept streets. High sand dunes with tall grasses lie just beyond the buildings. Perched atop the dunes sits a row of cats, dozens of them, watching the cab drive by, just staring. You stare back and shudder. You've never liked cats. Weirdo. They're so unfriendly. And they always seem to be up to something, as if they have some kind of secret. Like those cats there, you think. They'll have their noses up in the air as if they're so special. As the cab winds through the town, you notice something strange. Even though it isn't late, all the shops are already closed. You watch people hurry into the houses and pull down the shades. The last of the light disappears with the setting sun, and you realize the streets are absolutely deserted. Turn to page 3.
I guess not much really happens here at night.
You comment. Your mom gives you a squeeze.
Don't worry, you'll got plenty to do.
The cab driver catches your eye in the rearview mirror again. He shakes his head once, slowly, sadly. What's with him, you wonder? Now that you've left the town, there are almost no lights anywhere. Finally, you arrive at your summer house. Your family unloads the car. As you head inside, the cab driver tugs at your sleeve.
Let me give you a warning, kid.
He whispers.
Watch out for that Katrina Mad. And never go out after dark.
You feel a chill.
Hey!
You begin. But he doesn't give you a chance to ask him to explain. He hops into the cab and zooms off into the night. Turn to page 4.
I love the idea that in the space of the word hey, he's gotten in and zoomed off.
I know. Hey, boop, boop, gone.
That's cartoon speed. My man left a dust cloud in his shape.
Absolutely. And his feet went. You shake your head.
Katrina Mad can't be any stranger than that guy.
You mutter. Something rustles in the bushes. A moment later, a huge white cat leaps out. It arches its back and hisses at you. You can't help shrinking back. Maybe the cab driver was right. Even the cats don't want you out after dark.
Okay!
You tell the cat.
I'm going inside. Sheesh.
You follow your family through the doorway. Almost immediately, the screen door bangs open again behind you, and you whirl around. A tall woman wearing a long white dress stands in the doorway. Her white hair is piled on top of her head. Her glittering green eyes gaze at you.
I am Katrina Mad,
she declares.
What are you doing here?
That's weird, you think. Wasn't she expecting us? Where'd she come from? She appeared out of nowhere.
My parents rented the house.
You begin. Katrina cuts you off.
Oh, of course. Now I remember.
She gives you a long stare.
We'll be seeing each other again.
Then she leaves, melting into the darkness.
Not if I can help it.
You mutter. Turn to page 5. Rude. You head for the dining room. Your mother is setting out plates while your dad makes sandwiches. The twins pour sodas.
I just met Katrina Mad.
You announce.
Is she ever a weirdo? Come on, darling, that's not very a nice thing to say.
Your mother scolds.
But I guess I have heard that she's, kind of a recluse.
So's her brother Jacob.
Your father adds.
He lives in the lighthouse at the ocean's edge. Katrina lives in the caretaker's cottage down on the beach, I think.
Huh, that sounds scary.
Sam complains.
If you don't bother them, they're not going to bother you.
Your dad says.
No problem.
You declare.
I'm just gonna stay far away from both of them.
After a quick dinner, you all settle into your rooms for the night. Your parents take the master bedroom on the first floor. You've chosen a room upstairs with a view of the lighthouse. The twins share the room across the hall. You've just turned out your light when Donnie bursts into your room.
Sam's disappeared!
He cries. Turn to page 6. That was fast.
Sam's disappeared.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. No, that just like, it was a lot of buildup to just like, Sam's gone. Just Sam's gone. Wow. Sorry.
I will also say, I think this is the most consecutive pages we've had in a row. We went 1 through 6.
I know. I was gonna say that. That's what I was like. There's so much buildup, which like I enjoyed. I feel connected to this world already. And then it's just like one sentence, call to action. Sam gone.
Yep.
It was like it felt abrupt, but only because we've had a heretofore unseen amount of consecutive pages uninterrupted.
But where has Sam gone to? Sam gone! Sam gone!
Sam gone.
Sam disappeared?
You repeat with a groan.
Mom and Dad are gonna go ballistic.
Don't tell him!
Donnie begs.
We'll get in trouble!
You glance out the window. You spot a small figure running towards the lighthouse.
I think I see him.
You tell Donnie.
Let's just go get him ourselves.
Donnie urges. You sigh.
Okay, let's go.
You grab a flashlight. Then you and Donnie creep down the stairs and sneak out. A sharp scream suddenly pierces the night. You and Donnie freeze. The hairs on your arms prickle.
Sam?
Donnie gasps. Was it Sam? Is he in trouble? You remember the cab driver's warning. Don't go out after dark. Why not, you ask yourself. What is out there in the shadows? You gaze around, trying to figure out where the scream came from. The wind and water make it hard. You point at Katrina's cottage far down the beach.
I think the scream came from there.
No.
Donnie argues.
No. I definitely heard it coming from the lighthouse.
If you think the scream came from the lighthouse, turn to page 41. If you think it came from the cottage, turn to page 48. Well, this is very much just like, where do you want to go, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it is indeed. And I want to discover the secrets of Cat K. The more visceral figure on the cover is definitely Katrina Mad rather than the, distant lighthouse. I think this is the way we go.
Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. I must find page.
Oh.
Scroll. 48. Manual. Okay.
We've got puzzles in the future. Not to spoil anything, but
I mean, we may and we may not. We shall see.
Good point, well made.
That scream came from the direction of the caretaker's cottage.
You insist. You and Donnie hurry along the beach. The wind whistles through your hair. You shiver and pull up the collar of your jacket. You glance at the water lapping onto the beach. You gaze at the moon reflected in the waves and freeze. The moon isn't all that's reflected in the glassy waves. Behind you is a long row of cats. Another scream shatters the still night. This time you recognize the voice. That's Sam for sure. Turn to page 53.
Hurry!
You urge Donnie. You pick up speed. So do the cats following you. The cottage isn't much further. You notice lights have come on in the little house. By the time you reach the cottage, you and Donnie are out of breath from running. You dash into the yard. The cats scamper behind you. You knock on the door, panting hard. The cats swarm around you, flicking their tails, growling.
That's it! I'm not waiting!
You push the door open and drag Donnie inside with you. The door bangs shut.
Wow.
You murmur as you gaze around. The whole house is decorated with pictures of cats. Cat curtains hang from the window. Cat magnets cling to the fridge. Pillows with cats rest on chairs. Little paw prints are stenciled across the ceiling. Actual cats.
Katrina Mad is mad. Mad about cats.
You
Who'd
declare.
have thunk it?
Wow. Katrina. Mad? Cat mad? Cat mad about cats? Turn to page 20.
I mean, it's just a case of nominative determinism, right? Her parents named her Katrina. Her last name was Mad. It was set in stone at that point.
Pretty much. I wish my name was Cat Mad.
It'd be pretty sick. I think you could be like a really, really, really popular stand-up comic in the 90s for like 2 years if your name was Cat Mad, just based off the strength of the name, none of your material.
Exactly. What's the deal with cats? They're not great. I don't like them. I don't know.
I love this bit! Woo! Cat Mad!
Yeah, thank you. My one fan who's been to more than one show. Scritch, scritch! You whirl at the sound. The cats outside are clawing at the door, trying to get in. Ugh, how creepy. Just let them in. Your nose wrinkles as you check out the room. The whole place smells of dirty cat litter. Thwomp. A fat Persian cat drops down from the windowsill, sits at your feet, and gazes up at you. That's a good accent. And an orange and black cat comments from the couch. A gray tabby strolls into the room. Gradually, more and more cats surround you, staring, waiting for you to do something. But what? Sweat trickles down your back. You don't like standing in the middle of a sea of cats, and you have a feeling they don't like you being here.
More intruders.
Katrina Mad strides into the room.
Well, we know how to deal with them, don't we, my darling kitties?
We're not intruders.
You declare.
We're trying to find our brother Sam.
Did I invite you in?
Fair. Katrina demands. You
No,
shake
but
your head.
Apologies.
no, but
I rest my case.
Katrina announces, cutting you off.
You're guilty. Your punishment has already been decided.
Read all about it on page 37. I mean, we did break in.
It was straight up breaking and entering. I mean, what else can we say? Well, what are you going to do with this?
Donnie stammers.
Oh, also, by the way, do you know where Sam is?
She ignores his questions.
You know what to do, my pets.
She instructs the cats. Katrina Mad is really wacko, you decide.
come on, Donnie. Let's get out of... Whoa!
You stumble. Dozens of cats are nudging you and Donnie down the stairs to the cellar.
Sam!
You cry as you spot a small figure in the dimness. Your little brother glances up from where he's unloading a case of cat food. Katrina must have captured him.
Get to work.
Katrina orders.
There are a lot of chores, and you have as many cats as I do.
Chores?
You repeat. You gaze at Sam.
That's the punishment.
He explains.
She already called Mom and Dad. They're gonna ground us for going at night and sneaking into Katrina's house. But instead, they all decided we have to do what Katrina says.
Now you know why Sam screamed. Do you have any idea how many litter pans you have to clean? Some vacation. By the end of the summer, you're practically catatonic. The end?
The end, yeah.
We didn't make any
Lighthouse
decisions.
first.
We didn't... Oh, gosh. Well, I didn't write that down because I was like, oh, well, we're not going to,
It's on 6.
we're not going to get lethal on that page. Felt too quick.
Exactly. I like that these are more closely integrated. We're going to have to go to the lighthouse in order to come back as well, but I'm still going to be consistently trying to guide us towards the secret of these cats.
It's true, but also, worth noting, that was ultimately not that sinister.
Yeah.
Maybe we can use that to inform decisions in some way. We broke in. That was breaking and entering, and we just were punished with some manual labor that was agreed upon with our parents. That's
Exactly.
ultimately not that bad, so maybe Katrina's okay. I don't know. Maybe we can get data. Who knows?
Maybe we can.
Let's check out that lighthouse.
You decide.
I mean, it's closer, and if Sam isn't there, we'll leave right away.
You and Donnie race towards the lighthouse. You try to ignore the rustling sounds all around you, but you cannot help yourself. You scan the shrubs. You shiver. Are those eyes shining back at you? No way. It's just your imagination, you tell yourself. You and Donnie are panting by the time you make it to the dark lighthouse tower. Your flashlight beam illuminates an open window. Donnie pulls himself up and squeezes in. I hope this isn't a big mistake, you think. Then you clamber in after him, and you land inside with a soft thud. Brup, brup, drup, drup.
Donnie!
You have to shout to be heard over the blaring sirens.
We must have set off the alarm system! Let's get out of here!
You scramble for the window. It slams itself shut, nearly smashing your fingers. A set of iron bars clang down across it.
We're trapped!
You cry.
Look!
Donnie points to the other side of the room. A huge distorted shadow appears on the wall. The hideous shadow creature stretches out its arms, reaching for you. Turn to page 127.
Ah!
You shriek as a hand clamps down on your shoulder. In the ghostly glow of the flashing alarm lights, you see that the hand belongs to a wild-looking bearded man. His leathery fingers tighten their grip on you. You struggle to free yourself.
Let go!
You yell. Donnie rushes forward and kicks your captor in the shin.
How dang blasted!
The man shouts. He releases you and grabs his shin. You notice he's carrying a hose in his other hand.
Oh, you little monster!
He snarls at Donnie.
I told you to stay put. Huh?
Donnie stares at the wild man.
No!
A voice calls from an iron spiral staircase. Why is that so hard to say? In the middle of the room.
That was me who told you to stay put.
Sam!
You and Donnie exclaim together. Turn to page 76.
Oh.
Come on, find the page. Find the page.
You can do it, buddy. It's right there.
I'm just...
It shows us page 127.
Yeah.
Specifically, the entry on that page. Turn to page 76.
Yeah, this was...
Well
yeah. So it was Sam who screamed. He must have tripped the same alarms and gotten caught by this wild guy, too.
You mean there are two of you?
The bearded man sputters. He claps a hand to his forehead.
Ugh. First those dag-blasted cats. Now the island's swarming with clones.
You stare at the old man. Clones? He must be joking.
We're not clones.
Sam exclaims. He starts laughing.
That's a good one. We're twins.
Donnie explains.
We're staying down in the house on the beach.
The man lets the hose drop to the floor. He straightens up and adjusts his glasses. He pulls at his beard.
The house?
He repeats.
Well, that's my house. I'm Jacob Mad. Don't you know why I don't live there no more?
He glares at you, as if he's daring you to answer.
No?
You mumble. You wish he'd move back a bit. Mad's eyes widen fearfully behind his glasses.
Because this here lighthouse is the only safe place from those gosh darn evil cats.
Turn to page 52. This guy hates cats worse than I do, you think. Sure, cats aren't the greatest, but you wouldn't exactly call them evil.
Hell, you'll have to stay here tonight.
Jacob Mad declares.
I mean, you can't go out there after dark. Not with those cats around.
No way are you staying with this nut. You scan the room for a quick way out. Then your eyes widen in shock. Cats stare in from every window. Maybe Jacob Mad isn't so crazy after all. You remember the cab driver's warning and all those shining eyes in the dark. This is ridiculous, you scold yourself. They're just cats. You jump up when the alarm system goes off again.
Oh no.
Mad gasps.
A cat must have gotten in somehow.
He glances at the windows.
And now they're all gathering outside.
Now you don't know what to do. Would it really be safer to be inside with Mad, or should you make a break for it and run home? If you grab the twins and leave, turn to page 89. If you stay in the lighthouse, turn to page 28. Either way, I need to write this down. I feel like I don't have a reason not to trust this guy yet. Really?
Yeah, same.
It's not...
The only reason I would grab the twins and leave is to try and tend back towards the main story, but at the same rate, this is the brother of Katrina Mad, and the cats are here, so I think we're still on that general path, even though.
Yeah,
Also,
I don't
it's safe in this lighthouse, apparently.
It is apparently
There's only one
safe.
cat in here.
There's only one cat in here, but is it the big bad cat? is it the worst cat? The king cat, alpha cat, star cat. I'm fine with staying here. Are you?
Let's do it.
28.
28. If you stay in the lighthouse
Oh my goodness.
and keep Jacob Mad company.
You decide to stay in the lighthouse and keep Jacob Mad company. Jacob Mad is one weird guy, but you would rather take your chances with him than go back outside. Jacob hits a switch and the alarm cuts off.
Whew,
Donnie takes his hands off his ears.
that's better. That alarm went off for a reason.
Oh, wait a minute. I see. Mr. Mad growls.
One of my booby traps must have worked.
What do you mean booby traps?
You ask.
Ah,
Suddenly the lights go out. You're plunged into total darkness. At the window, you can hear the sounds of claws ripping through the metal mesh screen. You nervously peer into the dark.
What's that? Also, what happened to the lights?
Jacob Mad gasps.
the cats are trying to get in.
He cries. Go to page 107. I think we may have unknowingly elected booby trap route.
Oh, I knew there had to be booby traps in here, but
Do you want to go to the other route? I know we've never done it that way before, but we could just...
I'm
How-
fine with continuing this
All right.
one. I still think it's possible that we crisscross weave our way back there.
It's true. Apologies with these
107.
longer transitions between pages, but the search function's not working. Scritch, scritch, scritch.
We can't let him in.
Mad screams. Your heart pounds faster. The clawing sound sets your teeth on edge, especially since you can't see anything in the dark. You flip on your flashlight, and Mad aims the hose at the window, but no water comes out.
Daggarn it.
I love this. Mr. Mad cries.
Cats don't go to the water supply.
What is this guy talking about, you wonder? Cats can't do something like that. You're on your flashlight beam along the faucet on the wall and nearly drop the flashlight in shock.
Paw prints!
You gasp.
They're all over your faucet.
The cats are intelligent.
Mad whispers.
They've turned out our lights, too.
I will say I'm loving zombie movie angle, but it's actually just cats.
Yeah.
I'm loving that.
I also love, like, their paw prints all over the little faucet. Like, they definitely do not have the dexterity to do that. That's just not the musculature of a cat.
Yeah.
I love trying to envision, like, 4 cats, all of them,
Yes.
around the same, like, tap faucet. Just each of them trying to pour down one side of it at a time.
Yeah. I love it. You flick your beam over to the light switch. More paw prints! Your mouth drops in horror as the terrifying truth hits you. The cats really are up to something. Your light flickers and blinks out.
Stupid batteries!
You sputter, banging the flashlight on your palm. But even without the light, you can make out a creepy sight. Cats are swarming through the hole in the screen. Go to page 33.
They're swarming through the hole in the screen. We're seeing effectively a scene from Ring here.
Yes. I have not seen Ring, and I don't plan to.
I'm
I'm familiar.
Honestly, I know it from cultural references to it.
Yeah, there's so many horror movies where it just feels like I feel like I've seen the whole thing just because I've heard like a handful of sentences about it, and that Ring is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's just a general cultural osmosis of that.
Look!
You point to the window.
The cats!
Help me stop him.
Mad drops the hose and throws his own body over the window to cover the opening, but they squirm around over and under him. Cats and more cats pour into the lighthouse.
Find the door!
You cry, but before you can grab the twins, you hear a loud thud and then a moan.
Oh, it's Mr. Mud!
Sam wails. You grope through the darkness and find him lying on the floor.
Ugh, my head.
He whispers weakly.
I hit my head.
Mad grasps your arm. He struggles to speak.
To the light.
He murmurs.
You must get to the light.
Go to page 55.
Get to the light! What light?
You demand.
What do you mean?
Mad doesn't reply. He's dead. The hit on the head knocked him out cold.
What are we gonna do now?
Donnie stammers.
He wants us to turn on the lighthouse light.
Sam declares.
Or maybe he meant that it's the safest place to hide.
Donnie argues.
What if he doesn't even want us to touch the light?
I don't know what he means.
You confess.
All I know is the twins sound exactly the same, and this place is crawling with cats. They're definitely evil. We have to do something about it.
Let's just go tell Mom and Dad.
Donnie whimpers.
We can't leave Mr. Mad here with those cats.
Sam protests.
We have to go and do what he said about that light.
The twins turn terrified eyes to you.
Well,
Donnie demands.
you're the oldest. You decide.
If you think you should get your mom and dad, turn to page 35. If you think you should climb the light at the top of the lighthouse, turn to page 39. I mean, most of the time that there's ever like a ask for help, it makes fun of us, which is really not like a great lesson for kids. But
yeah,
but
what? You're in danger with a stranger that you've never met before in a location that's unfamiliar to you. Don't you dare tell your parents about that.
Exactly. You're telling your parents, wimp, why don't you start the book over with a little bit more, I don't know, courage, coward, wimp. Yeah, they just hate you, and you're just trying to mind your own business.
He basically turned to a page and says, "Be cooler if you didn't, though."
Yeah.
I also think, like, what's Mom and Dad gonna do in this situation? Like, this is the protest of a child. Of like, I'm in a situation I'm not familiar with.
Mommy.
Mom and Dad will probably be familiar with this and help. What do they know about evil cats?
Oh, I mean, hey, everyone gets to this certain age in their life where they have to deal with an infestation of evil cats breaking into a lighthouse. It's just one of those things. Being a teenager, we've all been through it, right?
A couple of times.
We all witnessed a stranger get, murdered by cats on the floor, right?
I only saw one knocked out cold, unfortunately.
We're all traumatized, right? All right.
Yes.
By this specific thing. You want to go?
That too.
Do you want to go to 39?
We go to the lighthouse.
It just seems like I'm pretty sure we basically, like the same thing, cultural osmosis. We basically picked up what that other page is probably already going to say with the calling the parents. You bang your flashlight on your palm. The light flicks back on, and you peer at Jacob Mad.
I mean, he seems okay.
You tell the twins.
Let's get to the light at the top of the lighthouse.
You hear more and more cats climbing in and through the window. Why, you wonder fearfully. What do they want? You flick the flashlight around the room, searching for a way upstairs. As the light plays across Mr. Mad, an old brass key pinned to his pocket catches your eye. Sam leans in next to you.
Take the key.
He urges.
I saw him use it to open that door.
Sam points to a door across from the spiral staircase.
Whatever's in that room, big secret. He didn't want me seeing what was inside. Maybe he keeps his cat repellent in there.
Donnie jokes nervously.
We could use some of that.
Donnie gives you an idea.
Maybe Mad keeps those booby traps he mentioned in there. Maybe we should check out that room.
Your dim flashlight beam picks up the shadowy figures of cats slinking towards you. Whatever you do it fast. If you take the key and explore the secret room, go to page 43. If you climb the spiral staircase to get to the light, turn to page 118. I mean, it is once again like, do you continue to do the thing that you're supposed to? Or do you do a detour in hopes that somehow it's better?
May I offer?
Yes. No, yes.
This is my angel swing, which is, and we've done this a couple of times in the past, we're getting better at doing it, which is, I think I know which one of these will lead to an immediate end based on the pun they will make. Specifically, I think if we take the key and explore the secret room, it will have something along the lines of, curiosity may have killed the cat, but in this instance, it got you. The end.
I'm going to page 43 just to
Confirm.
Just to confirm,
like it.
basically. Oh,
Otherwise, I have a letter to the editor to write in.
yeah. I'm with you.
Quick!
You whisper.
Let's get into the secret room.
You shudder, knowing there are now dozens of cats slinking around in the shadows, watching you. You try not to let the twins see how much the creatures freak you out. Intelligent cats, you shiver. You remove the brass key from Mad's pocket and hurry to the door. The key fits easily into the lock. You shove the twins into the room and slam the door shut hard behind you. You hope none of the cats sneaked in with you. Hey. Almost immediately, the cats start scratching at the door. You saw what they did to the screen. You hope that the wooden door will do a better job of keeping them out.
Hurry!
You urge.
We've got to find something that'll help us. Those cats could be in at any minute.
You shine the flashlight around the room. It's obvious this secret room is Mad's laboratory or workroom. Sounds of humming, clunking, and rumbling come from strange gadgets that fill the room.
Duck!
Donnie yells suddenly. Go to page.
Oh, now we got to deal with ducks as well.
Oh, man. 27. Whack, whack.
Also, this guy's a legit mad scientist.
Yeah, he's just... The other lady, Katrina, mad. She's just mad about cats. This guy's mad about, I guess, just being a mad scientist. It's pretty cool that they found each other so that they can fulfill the niche of both of their names in multiple ways.
I think they are brother and sister.
I mean, hey, I'm glad they found each other through their parents. A mutual acquaintance.
Their parents introduced them at one point, so yeah,
that's like it's not. I'm not wrong.
It's true. They met through a mutual friend.
Exactly, Mummy. Have you met my friend Mummy? You duck down, just as a giant wrecking ball swings wildly across the room, misses you by less than an inch.
Whoa!
You cry.
What was that?
You turn to try and see where the ball came from, but there's no time.
Look out!
Now it's Sam shouting a warning to Donnie. Your eyes widen as a spinning saw blade flies through the air at knee level. Donnie jumps out of the way.
Hey!
He cries as a tripwire sends him sprawling. He lands on a conveyor belt which starts up with a whir.
No!
You gasp. Your heart pounds double time. He's headed right under a guillotine blade.
Donnie, get up!
What is this? But Donnie lies frozen on the conveyor belt. His eyes stay fixed on the blade. He's too frightened to move. You dash across the room. You reach for him just as he moves under a glistening blade. You grab his arms and yank him off the conveyor belt. The two of you tumble to the floor. Whoosh. The blade drops right where Donnie's neck was only moments before.
Jacob Mad's trying to kill us!
Sam wails. How'd you come to that conclusion, Sam? He's knocked out.
That was about the third death trap in a row.
But,
I was starting to think, maybe this guy don't have our best interests at heart.
But also, it's like, he's knocked out and we stole his keys to get to here. I don't know. He seems innocent in this, to be honest. 14.
Why would Mr. Mad want us dead?
Donnie sputters.
I don't think he does.
Okay, some reason. You respond slowly.
He's not after us. Didn't you notice all the traps hit about a foot off the floor? They're not aimed at people. They're aimed at cats.
I hate this.
Yeah, well, they almost got some people, though. Us.
Oh my god. You're setting up cat guillotines?
Yep.
What the hell?
There was it fired a rotating chainsaw.
Yes.
Sorry, chainsaw. A saw blade, rather.
What the hell, dude? I'm on the side of the cats. Jeez. Yeah. Sam declares
These also
that,
just seem very inefficient. There's so many other ways. Not for the pun of it all, I will say there's many more ways to skin a cat.
I like it. Sam declares they almost got people. Sam declares.
I want to get out of here.
Donnie whimpers.
In a minute.
You peer around the room.
Maybe we can find something that'll help us fight the cats.
Your light shines on Jacob Mad's desk. The surface is covered with papers. The middle drawer stands half open. Bingo! You check for unexpected flying objects. The coast seems clear. So you cross to the desk. Right on top, you discover an envelope. It's taped shut. Scrawled across the front is the message, "Open in case of emergencies only." You shift your weight to your other foot. Immediately, a spiked steel bowling ball rolls towards you. You jump out of the way and grab the envelope.
That was close.
You gasp.
Too close.
Oh, we got it. Donnie stammers.
Isn't this an emergency?
If you open the envelope, turn to page 125. If you keep searching Mad's desk, turn to page 24.
I mean, it really does seem this is an emergency. Cats can't read, so what's it going to be, a trap for a cat to open this?
I think so.
You just open it, it's a drawing of a cat with an X through it, like with stink lines coming off the top.
Hit list. Cat 1, cat 2, cat 3. Oh, let's open up the envelope. I gotta know.
Let's do it. 125. We open up the envelope that is for only emergencies.
This is definitely an emergency.
You announce. Holding your breath, you peel the tape off of the envelope. Nothing happens. You exhale.
At least it didn't explode or anything.
What is it?
Sam demands.
Hurry up. Come on, open it.
Both he and Donnie have their eyes glued to the envelope. You open the flap and dump the contents out into your shaking hand. Huh? This is too weird. It's
Bubblegum?
You declare. You shake your head. You're ready for another booby trap.
What kind of emergency is bubblegum good for? This is ridiculous.
Well, maybe it's a snack attack emergency.
Donnie exclaims.
I mean, I could show you some bubblegum right now. Yeah, me too.
Sam agrees. You hand over the pink gum to the twins. While they blow bubbles, you try and figure out what to do next. You don't have long to think because you notice a flickering movement over by the window. A cat's tail. Oh no. You must have let a cat in when you opened the door, and all the traps have already sprung! Even the spiked bowling ball! How does it
King
roll?
DDD has already tried to take us out.
I know. He's successfully done his taunt, aka just pressing crouch. Oh, God. All right, 106. 106. There we go. You keep your eyes on the cat's tail. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on in the dark.
Oh no.
You murmur. You feel sick with shock and fear. Somehow the cat has managed to open the window. Cats stream in. You turn to warn the twins. You notice Donnie has blown the largest bubble that you've ever seen. Gives you an idea. You grab the bubble from Donnie's mouth.
What?
He sputters. You ignore him and hurl the bubble at the cats. It bursts on contact. Bits of sticky gum cling to the cat's fur. Angry hisses cut through the darkness. But the cats stop moving towards you.
Blow bubbles!
You shout.
And then throw them at the cats.
Sam and Donnie furiously blow bubbles. They fling them at the creeping creatures.
It's working!
You cry. They may be evil, but just like ordinary cats, they like to be clean. They're stopping to lick the gum out of their fur. It gives you time to gobble up some of the gum yourself. You chew, blow, and spit, and chew, and blow, and then spit, trying to keep the cats stuck on licking themselves clean. If you can just stall long enough, maybe you can escape. Go to page 108. In case of emergency, the only thing that works.
I love that it's just so direct. This is the way to do it. Like, it could have been, not that it should have been, but it could have been a gun.
Run for the door!
You order the twins, but you don't get far. The floor is covered with globs of gum. Your feet get stuck. Sam and Donnie run right into you. The three of you tumble into the floor.
Ugh.
You groan from the bottom of the pile.
I'm covered with gum.
So am I.
Donnie cries.
Me too.
Sam grunts with disgust. No matter how hard you try and pull yourself up from the sticky floor, you can't move. You know very well what will happen next. As soon as the cats lick themselves clean, they'll be coming to get you. You'll keep trying to get away, of course, but one thing you're sure about now, Mad's emergency gum is the kind of gum... is the kind of that gum chewers stick with forever. Okay. The end.
No, I'm a Wrigley's man since way back when.
Yeah.
You would never catch me with a Mads emergency. You're not gonna catch me chomping down on any other kind of mint.
100%. 100%. I have no gum allegiance. I try weird flavors when I see them and otherwise don't partake. Like, I don't know. I have a Sour Patch Kids gum in my pantry right now.
Ooh.
And it's
That
surprisingly
seems like it'd be
flavorful. It's like, yeah, that tastes like what it's supposed to, and it does it for more than 3 seconds. That's some good gum.
Yeah, exactly. That has always been the big problem with gum. Like, what I want in a snack is something that, like, effectively, something very nice and sweet and with a texture that I can keep for a very long period of time so that I don't just have to continually pull into the pack and, exhaust 24 pieces of fudge.
I want a snack for somebody with attachment issues.
Yeah.
The snack that attaches back. Yeah. 24. I don't remember what the choice was. Oh, okay.
So this is continuing to search through Jacob
Yes.
Mad's desk rather than the emergency note atop it.
Yes. You keep searching through. I suppose that this first sentence probably would have informed this. You keep searching through Jacob Mad's desk. You might find some stuff that you can use later. You shove the envelope into your pocket, then you grab a small screwdriver and put that into your pocket too. You continue rummaging through the desk. Your eyes land on a newspaper clipping about Jacob and Katrina Mad.
Hey, you guys, look at this.
The twins crowd around you. You read them the article, which describes the brother and sister winning a prize at the Islands County Fair for an automatic pet feeder. It seems Jacob is known for his fantastic experiments. People came from all around just to get a look at his latest inventions.
Wait a minute.
You mutter. You take another look at the news photo of Jacob and Katrina. Then you gasp.
That's not the Katrina Mad I met.
Go to page 118. Interestingly, it doesn't note that it's not the Jacob.
Yeah, no, that is the Jacob we met.
Also,
We haven't seen Jacob and Katrina interact, so as well, they wouldn't have noted that they are not brother and sister.
that is true. Also, going from automatic pet feeder to cat chainsaws, wild career path.
He's just going over the entire life cycle of the animal. He wants to feed them. He probably has an automatic pet bather as well, and now he has an automatic pet killer.
Yeah. What on earth? This man is unhinged.
If that's Katrina Mad in the picture, then who'd you meet?
Sam asks.
I don't know.
You murmur. Prickles of fear tingle on the back of your neck. You remember the cab driver's warning. Watch out for Katrina Mad. You stare at the photo. Could this be why? Is the woman you met an imposter? And does she have anything to do with these crazed cats?
Let's see what else we'll find in this mess.
You rifle through more papers. Under a pile of articles about cats, you find 2 note cards clipped together. On one card, there's a list of 9 numbers. Looks as if it could be another locker combination or something like that. On the other card is a drawing of a spiral staircase. A circle is drawn around the 10th step. The word down is written next to it. You can't make sense of either card.
There's nothing else here, guys.
You say?
Let's just get out and track for help.
You're about to leave when you have second thoughts. Maybe those cards do mean something. Should you go back for them? The shadowy figure of a cat glides across the floor. They've gotten in somehow. If you go back for the cards, turn to page 46. If you leave the cards and get out, go to page 115. Is there anything on the card that, I don't know that the book would care, but is there anything on the card that we would need?
The 9 numbers for the locker combination is
Yeah.
the only thing unique there. Specifically, they already gave us enough of a clue for the other card being the 10th step on that spiral staircase is obviously trapped.
Yeah, otherwise it's going to pull what were those numbers? You didn't know. So I think it's kind of like maybe we go and we look at the cards.
Let's go back to the cards. I like it.
And then maybe it kills us and we have to go do the other thing anyways, but we have information. Like it's been doing that
Exactly.
from time to time. It's been doing that from time to time. You have a feeling that those note cards are important, probably because they are clues. You grab the cards and dash out of the booby-trapped room. As soon as your flashlight beam hits the outer room, you hear animals scurrying away. You still haven't actually seen the cats. They seem incredibly skittish about being caught in the light. You think. I wonder if...
Hey, Mr. Mad's gone.
Sam exclaims. You sweep the room with your flashlight.
He probably woke up and got out of this place. We should do the same thing.
Forget it.
Donnie advises, trying the door handle.
We're locked in.
Sam screams and jumps up to the first step of the spiral staircase.
Whoa, something touched my leg.
Come on.
You urge, following Donnie up the stairs.
Keep going, but remember the drawing. The word down was written by the 10th step. Step over it just in case that means something.
Sam and Donnie do as you say. The three of you carefully step over the down step. But when you get to step number 16, you make an amazing discovery. Turn to page 36.
the lighthouse.
Oh my god, there's a light at the top. We should have gone to it because the cats are afraid of the light. Wow! Sorry, spoilers. The spiral staircase stops in The spiral staircase stops in midair.
Oh no!
You cry.
This stairway goes nowhere.
You shine the light around and discover a dark doorway in the lighthouse wall. It's strange because there's no floor in front of the doorway. The stairway isn't even close to it. A rope hangs down from above, but the end is so far up in the darkness you can't see what it's attached to. Across from the door, a thick beam sticks out of the wall. Although it's within reach of the stairs, the beam doesn't seem to lead anywhere.
Guess we should go back down?
You tell Sam and Donnie. The twins are too scared to argue, so they silently turn around and head back down the stairs. Suddenly, Donnie screams and turns abruptly. The flashlight falls out of your hand and lands with a crash below, and the light goes out. Go to page 104.
Why did you scream?
You shout angrily at Donnie.
You made me drop my flashlight!
I thought I saw one of those cats.
Donnie cries, trying to explain.
I mean, I saw a shadow. Honest.
It was probably your own shadow.
You scold him, but when you glance past him, you're not so sure. Are those two eyes shining in the dark? You squint, peering harder. Uh-oh.
The cats!
You yell.
They're coming up!
Where should we go?
Sam shrieks.
What do we do?
Donnie wails. The only choices are to reach for the rope and try and swing over to the doorway in the wall, or to jump for the old wooden beam sticking straight out of the wall. There's no time to do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Just make your choice and fast. If you jump for the beam, 29. If you think the rope looks more promising, go to page 15.
Rope. Oh, dogs over the rope? To scare the cats?
Exactly. You wrap your hands tightly around the rope. The eyes are advancing quickly up the stairs. You've got to escape.
I've got the rope.
Tell Sam and Donnie.
Donnie, you hold on to Sam. Sam, you hold on to me. On the count of 3, we're swinging over to that doorway.
The boys grab hold of each other and you.
Ready?
They say.
1, 2, 3.
You jump off the step and swing. For a few seconds, you're swinging through the air like Tarzan, your friend from the old book, on his favorite vine. The breeze blows by you, your pulse races. You only hope you aimed right. If you didn't, you'll smash right into the wall. Swing on to page 38. The wall looms closer and closer. The doorway appears right in front of you. You're going to make it. Closer, closer. You're there. You let go of the rope. And you scream as you rip through the black fabric stretched over the doorway. Your feet flail in the air. Your hands grasp at nothing. You didn't fly through the doorway to safety. It's a doorway leading straight outside. The walls of the lighthouse tower rush by you. In a blur, you, Donnie, and Sam scream as you fall and fall and fall all the way down. And you know one thing. You've reached the end of your rope. The end. We died.
Huh. We died. We died. I have to say, I thought rope was 100% correct, because what are the cats gonna do? How are they gonna get across that? Like, obviously his plan, when he's retreating from the cats, this being Jacob Matt, runs up the stairs, skips the 10th step, leaves that booby trap there, swings across the rope, makes it to the doorway, gets through, etc. Right? Whereas a beam hanging out of a wall is very accessible by cats.
Yeah. Also, if our goal is to escape the cats, I think we did it. They're not.
True.
We're done. We don't have to worry about cats for the rest of our life. We're fine. No cats got to us today. 29. So the beam, the shining eyes of the cats advance quickly up the stairs. The beam seems safer than the rope.
All together,
You order.
we have to jump across.
You and the twins line up. On the count of 3, you all take a flying leap across the beam. Made it. You and the twins wobble a moment, but your landing is solid. In fact, it's so solid that your weight makes the beam fold up like a Murphy bed. It fits snugly into a pocket in the wall, and it takes you and the twins along for a ride.
Whoa!
You cry. The beam snaps into place with a click. You and the twins tumble into the floor of the lighthouse balcony. You feel around in the dark space. Whap! Your face hits a curtain. Cautiously, you pull the curtain to the side and take a peek into a room filled with cats. Go to page 105.
Oh no.
Sam whispers.
The cats are here.
The room is lit by candles and wall holders that the cats must have lit, I guess. The 3 of you survey it from your hiding place. Your stomach twists up with fear. Hundreds of cats with bared claws and fangs stand ready to pounce and attack. The cats are all colors and sizes. There's even a saber-toothed tiger snarling in your direction. They seem to be
What?
waiting for you to make a move. We have gone. This was like grounded adjacent. And then also a saber-toothed tiger, because it just wasn't extreme enough. Okay.
We've gone off the deep end.
I think this might not be a realistic book. Shaking, you stare at the horrifying creatures and make a very strange discovery. Stranger than the fact that there's a saber-toothed tiger.
Yep.
See what you
If
discovered on 65.
If this discovery is less strange than the confirmation of a prehistoric beast still existing?
Yeah.
Come on. Tell me what it is.
None of the cats blink or move. Wait, none of the cats blinks. Wait, hold on. None of the cats blinks or moves. They don't even seem to be breathing.
Sorry, they're clarifying that none of these cats are the platformer that launched with the Xbox Blinks. I think that was a cat, Blinks.
Yeah. He was a time sweeper. He just happened to be a cat. Have some respect. Blink's the time sweeper. He's not just a cat. It's not even in his title.
My apologies.
It's not Sonic the Hedgehog. They don't call him Blinks the cat.
Yeah, there's Biggs the cat in that one. Or whatever
Yeah. Weird. You force down your terror. Time to take a closer look. Cautiously, never taking your eyes off the closest creature, you creep out of your hiding place and you approach a large lion. You burst out laughing as you realize the truth.
They're stuffed!
Back to grounded, you exclaim. You dash from one to another.
All of them are just stuffed cats! Cool.
Sam exclaims. He and Donnie dart out from behind the curtain. They start exploring the room, patting the stuffed creatures and fooling around. Sam presses a button on the wall.
Be careful!
You start to warn the twins when you hear a horrible snarl behind you. You spin around and gulp. You're face to face with a stuffed saber-toothed tiger. Only now it is alive. Go to page 85.
I have never seen a ground in my life. No grounds allowed. Ungrounded.
You know what I want? This was a double bait and switch What I want so badly is us to go to 85 and they go, no, it's an animatronic. Please, oh God, let it be the quadruple bait and switch. Please let it be the quadruple.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Look what you did!
Donnie accuses his twin.
I didn't mean to.
Sam sputters, his eyes wide. In front of you, the tiger flashes gleaming fangs at you, slowly moving towards you, opening and closing its mouth. Hey, is that metal in there? Phew! This saber-toothed tiger is mechanical!
It's not alive!
Team grounded, you declare.
I found the ground again! It's a machine! It must be one of Matt's inventions!
Machine or no machine?
Sam cries.
It's coming right after you.
Oh my God. He's right. The mechanical menace stalks towards you, and it seems like it's programmed to kill. Sweat breaks out across your forehead as you stare at the big cat's foot-long fangs. In 1 second, you think, we could all be a shish kebab. You glance around for some kind of weapon. You spot a styrofoam life preserver hanging on the wall. Could you use that somehow? Or what about that screwdriver you took from Mad's office? It might save you. After all, the tiger is a machine.
Hurry!
Donnie pleads.
Do something!
I mean, life preserver? Or
Life preserver
screwdriver.
seems right?
Does it?
Because, well, so here's my reckoning, right? They're trying to make us go, use your item early, use the screwdriver early. But if this guy makes machines like this, surely a screwdriver is going to come in handy later on rather than necessarily just against the beast like this. Also, is it going to help? What are we going to, pin it down and just unscrew its neck hinge? The life preserver, however, it could sink its teeth into and then be incapable of actually biting us. People use styrofoam as a way to guard sharp materials commonly.
I think you have a lot of faith in the book, and I would like to see if the book can at least meet you on that level.
Meet me halfway, book.
Yeah.
Forget the screwdriver.
You mutter. You've never been any good with tools. Oh my God, please don't tell me the other page was like, you don't know how to use a screwdriver.
You fumble the screwdriver, you fall on top of it.
Oh no. The life preserver is your only weapon, and it's not much. You pull it off the wall and fling it at the mechanical saber-toothed tiger. Maybe it'll slow him down for a moment. His foot-long fangs sink into the styrofoam ring and stick in it. Amazing.
Yes!
You cheer
Yeah, I rule!
as the beast tosses his angry head, trying to shake his fangs free of the ring. You search for your escape.
Up here!
Sam shouts, pointing to a corner of the ceiling. Donnie's there in an instant. He pulls a long string hanging down from a trapdoor, but the trapdoor doesn't drop down. Instead, a panel in the wall opens. The three of you slip inside the wall, and the panel shuts just as the tiger gets to it. Bam! You hear the beast slam full force into the panel.
Oh, we did it!
Sam exclaims.
We sure did. Ah!
You take a step back and start to fall. Go to page 83. Okay, slide.
Ah!
You shriek, falling down, down, down.
Oh no!
Donnie and Sam cry together. There's a musty smell in the air, like the smell of a basement that hasn't been aired out in a long, long time. The further down you fall, the warmer it gets. After what seems like forever, you land with a quiet thud. The three of you lie flat on your backs in stunned silence. Then a terrifying sound makes your body tremble in fear. A steady growl begins to very close to your ear. You quickly roll away from the sound and glance back and stare into the glittering cat eyes. Just enough light leaks down from above to show you a gigantic panther. A real one. Donnie opens his mouth to scream. Sam slaps one hand over Donnie's mouth and one hand over his own. The beast gazes at you. It licks its lips. You struggle to think clearly. You only remember the open in case of emergency only envelope. Should you open it and hope for whatever it is to save you, or should you try and climb out of this pit? If you try and climb out of the pit, 74. If you open the emergency only envelope, turn to page 18. I mean, I feel like it probably would work this time.
Yeah, 100%.
In
particular, sorry.
Yeah, you go.
There is a part of my soul that's like, you looted 2 items at the same time from that desktop, and one of them was not the correct, or maybe wasn't the correct solution to the previous instance. This one will be. In the same part of me that looks at a test and, sees too many C's filled in a row, and I'm like, one of those isn't C, it's gotta be a B.
Yeah, yeah. And then you have the teacher who is so mean and does an all, like, the same letter test. I've had that before. I had that, and I was like, it actively made me change things, and I hated it. It's torment. But yeah, no, I'm on the same line. I'm like, metagaming, I'm like, how much book is left? They're going to make us use the gum. They're not going to bait and switch us 3 times on the gum. That seems stupid. They did bait and switch us 4 times on the animatronic, so, I mean, we'll see.
Sorry, you mean the saber-toothed tiger? Sorry, you mean the stuffed saber-tooth? Sorry, you mean the saber-tooth? Sorry, you mean the mechanical saber-toothed tiger?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one. All right. Trapped in a pit with an angry panther seems like an emergency to you. You tear open the emergency-only envelope with shaking fingers. What? If only it helps. Inside is a clump of smelly herbs. It looks like dried parsley or oregano from your mother's spice cabinet. You sniff it. Hey, you recognize that smell? It's the stuff inside of cat toys.
Yes!
You exclaim.
Catnip!
Go to page 101. Man, this is some strange bubblegum.
Uh-huh.
They just straight up retconned it. Knowing full well this is the same path.
Oh, damn! Yeah, that is true. How can the catnip help?
Donnie wails. He ducks to keep away from the panther's lashing claws.
You'll see.
You reply. You take a pinch of catnip and fling it at the panther's face. The beast pauses, paw raised. You toss some more catnip at it. Some of it lands right on the panther's nose, and the big cat shakes its head and sniffs the ground where more catnip has fallen. It glances up at you.
Aww.
It says.
See that?
You whisper to your brothers.
The catnip's making it happy.
The big black cat flops down on the ground and rolls around on its back. You toss a little more catnip over its face, and the panther starts acting even sillier. Instead of coming after you and the twins, it swats at its own tail. While the panther is playing, you slowly, quietly back away from it. Donnie and Sam carefully step backwards too. You back into something, a small closet on the wall.
Quick!
You whisper to the twins.
Hide in here.
Just then, 10 spiked bowling balls come to handle the beast. Just
No!
Just all right.
No.
Go to page 54. I love this. I love this big guy. The twins scramble into the tiny space. You realize you've stumbled into a dumbwaiter, a tiny elevator. Figure it's used to bring meals to the panther. Maybe you can... Wait, what? Maybe you can hide in here long enough to figure out what to do next. But before you have a chance to decide anything, the dumbwaiter starts rising. Up, up, up into the dark and narrow shaft you came down. You feel around in the dimness. There's no controls. You're helpless.
Where's it taking us?
Donnie asks. Before you can reply, a screeching yowl fills the shaft.
What was that?
Sam whispers fearfully.
It's not the panther.
You whisper back.
It came from above us. It sounded like cats. Hundreds of them.
Go to page 114. Huddled together in the closet-sized elevator, you, Donnie, and Sam can't do anything except for wait to see what happens. Seconds later, the dumbwaiter bumps to a stop, opening onto a small platform. The platform leads to a door. A small blue light over the door glows dimly. You can barely read the sign to the door that says, "To the light."
Hey!
You cry.
We're here! This is the top of the lighthouse!
Donnie and Sam leap out of the dumbwaiter and pull you onto the platform with them. Then all three of you freeze. Your scalp prickles with fear. Hundreds of pairs of cat's eyes glitter on the platform. Shadows hiss and creep towards you. The cats are blocking the door. What are you going to do? You could try and get past them and get to the light, or is the dumbwaiter a better place to be now? If you rush past the glowing eyes and open the door to the light, go to page 84. If you climb back into the dumbwaiter, go to page 21. I mean, so wait, they're ahead of us and we're running past them to get to the door?
Yeah, so it would look like we are effectively trying to trudge our way through. Although, like, this may reveal my lack of knowledge about dumbwaiters, but do they typically have more than one or two exits? Well, two, ideally.
I don't know. I mean, we could always just like stay inside, but I think that it's implying we're going back down. But in my head, this is like the second we open up the door and the light shines in, we're fine. So I feel like we could probably be okay on 84. But
yeah,
it's also because
I like it more than going back.
I like cats and I don't like small spaces, so
that'll do it.
That's kind of my thing. I love cats. I despise being anywhere, even remotely, not as big as I want.
That's very fair.
Jake and Matt said that we had to get to the light.
You remind Sam and Donnie.
So that's what we're gonna do.
You reach into your pocket and pull out the screwdriver. Oh, and as hard as you can, you hurl the tool at the crowd of creatures guarding the... That's what the screwdriver's for! You hurl it at the crowd of creatures guarding the door.
Take that!
You shout. They scatter.
It worked?
You cry. You feel a rush of triumph.
Run to the door, I guess.
I thought that was dumb, but
Yeah, because it was.
Sam gets there first. He pushes the door open just far enough so he can squeeze through without letting the cats in. You crowd in behind him and pull Donnie in with you.
Wait!
Donnie cries as he's halfway in.
My sock! The claws are stuck in my sock!
The claws are pulling Donnie out the door and you're pulling him in. His sock is stretched to the limit. You're not going to let those cats stop you now, not when you're so close to escape. You give the cat's paw a hard smack to make it release Donnie's sock. The cat screams. That smack was a big mistake. Now the cats are mad. What were they before? Turn to page 13. Now the cats want to get you.
Yeah, all points before, we could have just walked up to and pat them.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly, I've been waiting for that element, that these cats are not inherently, like, bad yet at any real point. They just probably want to get fed from the automatic pet feeder or something. Something like that.
I'm ready to see that as the ending, like the terminus of all of this being, they were just hungry. And Jacob tripped over.
Yeah, Jacob would feed them, but he bonked. Piercing howls come from the other side of the door. You watch in horror as the wood splinters. Dozens of claws poke through. You start to panic. You've got to stop them, but how? Glance around and spot a thick sheet of wood.
Help me move this in front of the door.
You order the twins.
It should keep them out.
Together, the three of you lift the heavy wood door and lean it up against... heavy wood and lean it up against the splintering door. This gives you a chance to take a better look around. You take a deep breath and try and calm down. Panic won't help, you remind yourself. There's glass all the way around the circular room except for the door. Small streak of moonlight shines through the glass like a laser beam. Your eyes follow the windows around the room. Then you see it.
There it is!
You exclaim.
The light!
Turn to page 111. Ooh, long trek.
I'm ready.
Are we going to get a laser
We've done
pointer
what
meme?
Jacob asked.
Donnie and Sam rush to the enormous glass lamp stationed in the middle of the tower room. It's covered with a thick blanket of cobwebs. The bolts holding the light to the floor are rusted. The switches at the back are gunked up with grease and dirt. You can tell this lighthouse light hasn't been turned on in years. You brush away the dirt from a switch. You're about to push the switch forward when the sound of splintering wood stops you.
Ah!
Donnie screams at the top of his lungs. You whirl around to stare at the door. The cats have broken through the plywood. In seconds, they'll be inside. Go to page 103.
I'm going to take one quick guess here that one of the reasons they're all in the never mind. I'm going to say this at the end of the page. I've just realized for a particular reason. They're after us.
Donnie screams.
Scat! Shoo! Get away!
Sam shouts, as if that might do anything to scare these evil creatures. Your heart races as you realize the cats have completely destroyed the door. All that's keeping them out is one last layer of rotting wood on the plywood plank. You gotta do something, or you're all finished. Why did Jacob Mad tell you to get to the light? Was it because it's the safest room? But if the cats can get in here, what's so safe about it? Your eyes search for a clue. Did he mean the lighthouse light will save you? You could try turning it on, but will it work after all these years? What did Jacob Mad want you to do here? There's a switch marked sprinkler system on the wall by Sam. Hey, could the sprinkler system still work? Maybe water will scare the cats away. If you order Sam to flip the sprinkler system switch, 42. If you kick the lighthouse lamp switch, turn to page 44. I mean...
These cats are animatronic. That's why they're constantly in the shadows. They don't want to reveal themselves to our character so that we can actually see that kind of thing from them. That's why they have extremely sharp claws and can make their way through these kinds of things. That's why they scattered from a screwdriver. The natural enemy of the animatronic.
Grounded.
And that's why there was a panther in the previous one. The saber-toothed tiger in the previous ones, to make us think about that. Even on this page, they start questioning what Jacob Mad's motive for getting us to come upstairs was, trying to get us to think maybe there's another reason to, negotiate this.
Yeah, but there is definitely a very real panther downstairs. But
absolutely.
But that does have a dumbwaiter that could be like the only real thing. Maybe that's the automatic feeding system.
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm down with it. 40. I'm down with just.
I will also say that I think it might have been on the previous page, but when they were talking, no need to go back. But when they were talking about this area, they were saying the light's not been turned on in years. However, it is kind of moldy and gross and a little bit like that. So maybe the sprinkler system keeps getting turned on instead.
So what are you? Wait. So are you implying you want to go
42 sprinkler system?
Okay, that's what you would like. All right.
Yes.
Just checking. Okay, 42.
The sprinkler system!
You order, Sam.
Flip the switch!
Crash. The cats are in. The pale moonlight illuminates their shadowy shapes. They rush through the broken door like a tidal wave of furious fur.
No!
You cry. You shrink back. They're going to trample you. Sam reaches up and flicks on the black switch. A whooshing of water rushes through the pipes. You cover your ears to block out the deafening sounds all around you. Floods of rusty liquid gush out of the corroded spigots in the ceiling and the walls.
Help!
The twins scream. Water spews into the room higher and higher. The cats sputter and yowl, trying to keep their heads above water, but it's no use. They're drowning. You beat them. Oh my god, I don't like this. Uh-oh, we're trapped in here with them, you realize suddenly. The same thing's gonna happen to you, Donnie and Sam. The water reaches your knees, your chest, it's up to your neck. Too bad you never learned how to dog paddle. The end.
Well, look, I'm glad that I got to
ourselves.
invent that parallel story.
It's, for what it's worth, is better. I like it. It's a good through line that makes some
R.L.
things make more sense.
You hire an R.L. Stein?
You hire it? You want another ghostwriter? All right. You have to act fast before the cats break through the door with their...
This... sorry, this is the right page. My apologies.
Yeah, I got it written down. I'm smart. You have to act fast before the cats break through the door. You decide to try kicking the light switch on. You quickly brush off the rust and grease. Then you kick it to loosen it. But no light comes on. Instead, a small door in the base of the lamp slides open. Inside, it's a panel with 99 numbered buttons on it. You figure you're supposed to push some of these buttons, but which ones? You really wish you had some help here. Hey, maybe you do. If you have the cards, which we do, go to page 75. Wait, we got them, right?
If you have the cards from Jacob Mad's secret room, and this is the series of 9 numbers with the locker combination, etc.
Yeah, we definitely did get them. We didn't just talk about getting them, right? Yeah.
We got them.
All right. Aha! You remember the note cards from Mad's secret room. You fumble around in your pocket and feel 2 cards. You don't have time to make a mistake now. You got to pull out the right card the first time. You reach in and take 2 slips of paper. One slip, write down the word spiral staircase. The other one, put the words 9 numbers. Put the 2 slips of paper in your pocket. Mix them around. Reach in and pull one out. If you pull out spiral staircase, turn to page 124. If you pull out 9 numbers, turn to page 49. I don't have 2 little pieces of paper.
I can do this if
Yeah,
you should
go
like.
ahead. Go ahead. The only thing, I don't have anything to rip up. I have like a tax form that I can't really and I will do it too. And hope I get the
Just
opposite
in case we
result.
get an alternative result from that.
Yeah,
You see?
I'll do it too.
Oh, they're all muddled around in there. I also don't remember which one I wrote which on, so... Take this. Oh, baby. N-I-N-E spells 9 still, right?
Yeah. Hey, you got it?
Yep.
Let's go. Me too. What a coincidence. Turn to page 49. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You pull out the paper with the 9 numbers on it. As soon as you see it, you know just what to do. On the panel of numbers from 0 to 99, you press only the buttons that have the numeral 9 on them. 9, 19, 29, 39, 49, 59, 69, 79, 89, 99. We couldn't remember this. We couldn't remember these numbers. These were hard to remember numbers. Okay. As you press each button, it lights up. Your finger's coming down on 99 when crack. The last layer of the rotting wood splinters. Cats stream through the gap, hissing and howling.
The cats are in!
Sam shouts.
Turn on the light!
You press down on the button 99. The old lighthouse light flashes on, and you scream. What are you screaming about? Find out on page 8. What are you screaming about?
You press all of the numbers between 0 and 99 that have the numeral 9 in them. 89 and then 99 is the final number. I mean, it's not like 90 or 91 or 92 or 93 or 95. None of those have a 9 in them. I only care about 99.
Wait a minute. And then you die. You press the buttons wrong, silly. At last, you're seeing the terrifying creatures that have been tormenting you. The cats pouring through the door are hideous mutants. Hundreds of twisted, all-white, bulging-eyed creatures writhe in the sudden light. You stare in horror as the horrible beasts screech and howl.
They're not ordinary cats at all.
Sam gasps.
They're monsters!
Not the thing we already set up, but a different thing. Donnie screams. You can't believe your eyes. Extra eyes, extra legs, extra mouths where the noses should be. These mutants are the most horrifying things you've ever seen. Go to page 45. The mutant cats shriek and howl. You watch in horror as they claw each other, trying desperately to escape the light's beam.
They can't take the light.
You cry.
It hurts them.
Look out!
Donnie screams.
Stampede!
Sam shouts. The twins leap out of the path of the crazed cats. Shuddering, you keep the giant lamp focused on the awful beasts. One button rotates the light to the left. You press it with the shaking hand. Masses of cats flee. They hurl themselves through the glass windows and onto the balcony of the lighthouse. You press another button and the lamp rotates to the right. In seconds, all the windows are broken. Hundreds, no, thousands of mutant cats leap over the balcony. What? They hit the ground and race for the sea. The shrieks of the mutants echo all over the island as they flee the light. Go to page 50. The room falls eerily silent now that it is empty of cats. Sam and Donnie rush to the balcony.
Come here.
Sam cries.
Look!
You peer over the balcony and gasp. Thousands of white cat heads bob up and down in the water as the mutants frantically swim away from the island. You squint as orange rays spill across the water. The sun is just starting to come up. The horrifying adventure has lasted all night.
You did it.
A voice behind you startles you.
You saved the island from those evil cats.
Go to page 7.
There's a hard call on who the voice is going to be on the next page.
Yeah. You spin around to see who's speaking. The light blinds you at first, but when you duck below the beam, you discover Jacob Mad?
Mr. Mad!
You exclaim.
I recognize you by your voice. How'd you get up here?
I took the elevator, of course.
He seemed surprised by your question. Points to the elevator door behind him.
How did you get up here?
You sputter in disbelief. You start to explain all about the spiral staircases, secret rooms, booby traps. Mad interrupts you.
You took the long way up. If it hadn't been for that bump on the head, I would have told you rather about that elevator. But never mind that now, it's not important. For 5 years, I looked for ways to get rid of those mutant cats.
He continues.
I only figured out the importance of the light when I saw the cats run from your flashlight. I couldn't have done it without you.
He breaks off as the elevator winds to life behind you. All 4 of you stare tensely at the elevator door. Who could be coming up now? Then the door slides open. See who's there on page 12.
Come on, sweetie. It's too late. We gotta go home.
Yeah. Your mom and dad step out of the elevator.
Mom, Dad!
Sammy and Donnie shout together.
What are you doing here?
You add.
We could ask you the very same question, darling.
Your mom answers.
You're up earlier than the boys. That is...
You stammer. You glance over at Jacob. How can you explain any of this?
Oh, they've just been helping me out around this lighthouse.
Jacob Mad declares.
Name's Jacob Mad, at your service.
Your mom smiles at Mr. Mad.
Well, as long as they didn't bother you while you're working.
She turns to you and your brothers.
Dad and I have a little surprise for you kids. A surprise?
You grin.
What is it? This.
Mom holds out her hands.
Oh, no.
You, Donnie, and Sam all exclaim together.
Meow.
Says the little white kitten in your mother's hands. Or is it an animatronic? No, it's a cat. The end.
No, it's a monster.
No, it's a monster.
Wait, hang on. We're in the light. This thing's not banished. Alan Wake rules. This is normal then.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Hey, that was not filled with that much failure.
It wasn't at all.
I'm looking at my little thing, and I looking at last week's. Last week's has a lot of scratched out numbers. This one does not have that many scratched out numbers. Last one I scratched out all the numbers. So,
although
not bad.
There is still the alternative path, which what if that one's the one that's a dead tree? What with all the branches that go nowhere?
Always could be. Always could be. Always assume it will be. To be honest. But hey, I don't know. I enjoyed it despite the. I feel better knowing that they were monster cats, considering the evil of it all and stuff, and the attacking and the saw blades and stuff. Like monster cat, okay, I'm in. That's fine. Saw blade for normal cat, little far, Mr. Jacob Mad. You kind of a little bit extreme, Mr. Jacob Mad, cat guillotine and all. But monster cat, sure, gotcha. Why did he make a saber-tooth mecha that
I have no clue.
he can't? I mean, he's an inventor. I guess that's just it.
Room filled with stuffed cats.
Yeah.
Why? What?
He's just not like the other girls. You know?
This is like someone who's like,
I have this little tincture of poison, indiscriminate and difficult to see from the naked eye, and I will put it here in my wine rack.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Buddy, not there.
I know. And if you jank it, it's your fault. Oh, is it? Is it? Jacob. Well, hey, any closing thoughts on your end for Night of a Thousand Claws?
Yeah. I really liked the inventory management in this a lot better. Like, the envelope, the screwdriver, the cards. Although, it gave two of those to us in a similar instance, I guess all three of those actually were from the desk. Ultimately, but it felt more like they gave us some items and they were like, here's the opportunity to use it. Here's another opportunity to use it. It felt more like, I guess, like a point and click kind of adventure style in a way.
Yeah, it was like a nice amount, and like there was like a little bit of leading with it too, like a little bit of presumption you can make that made it feel like it didn't feel like the second time it was offered we were gonna be like, I mean, it's probably not gonna work. Like it was just generous enough with offering when and everything. I don't know. I liked it. I liked the theming of it. I thought it was kind of fun. I thought that the lighthouse route was gonna be a boring route, well, not like, or like a less fun route of the two, but I don't know. I liked it. I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up liking it more than whatever the other one is. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yes. I also wonder, because we were given an opportunity after we saw the photo of Jacob Mad and, quote unquote, Katrina Mad. Or that instance being Katrina Mad, but not the Katrina Mad we know of. And that's not relevant to the rest of this line. However, I believe after that we were given the opportunity either to try and escape from the lighthouse just point blank, or to call for mom and dad. And I wonder if any of those would have taken us back onto the other line with the additional information that, Jacob Mad is related to a different person. You are an imposter. Also, maybe we have some of the items even.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Who knows?
Because they do, kill you for going directly to Katrina's, and I do want to know what the secret of these cats is.
Yeah, my guess is that you figure out, what was it? It was the door or running outside, like going up the stairs or going outside, I guess, something like that. So I suppose that's probably the main break point, and then maybe they dip back and forth. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But there's definitely clearly more that could have been gotten to from, like the halfway point, because that they wouldn't just give us that information and then just be like, and have it have no use. But alas, I think that's that for today here. I took a week or so off, I think, of not plugging this, but like asking for help with this. But as a heads up, we are indeed looking for a couple more books yet. If you want to help with that, if you have any leads on it, digital versions, versions that you can scan yourself, or, just more information you have on how we could read it for the podcast. We are looking for, of the original series, number 35, Hocus Pocus Horror, number 36, Ship of Ghouls, 38, Into the Twister of Terror, 40, Zombie School, 42, All Day Nightmare, and then of the special editions, this, I would say extra important, number 2, Return to Terror Tower, number 6, Revenge of the Body Squeezers, and number 8, Weekend at Poison Lake. If you have any leads or information or can help with any of that, turntopagecast@gmail.com is the best way to reach the podcast. If you have any help with that. Anything you want to shout out at the end here?
Yeah, if at any point in the course of listening to this podcast today, you smirked, smiled, giggled, chuckled, guffawed, any in this general realm, then do us a favor and go and leave a rating on. Yeah, don't you dare! We're being serious here. This is dramatic acting.
This is art. Sorry.
And you must rate art 5 stars on the podcast app that you use to listen to it. It helps expand the audience and it's a lovely time. Also, it's just very generous of you to do. Thank you if you have done, and thank you if you're considering it.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt. I respect my craft. I respect our craft. Just please do not laugh during Turn to Page. Please, oh please. All right, but
if you laugh at any point, you have to rewind to the start and do it again.
Try not to. It's the world's strangest try not to laugh challenge. Listen to our podcast over and over and over until you never laugh. And if you didn't do it the first time, then you have to rate 5 stars. If it took you 2 tries, you have to rate 5 stars. If you take 3 tries, you have to rate 5 stars.
What's this, a telltale story?
But alas, go check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@turnToPageCast. Go subscribe over there. Would be very, very helpful with the growth of the channel, especially, or with the podcast, especially because there's like a new podcast kind of system that it seems like they're trying out over on YouTube. Don't know fully what it's going to entail eventually yet, but for now, hey, if you want to go over and help the podcast in another way, going over there and hitting subscribe would be wonderful. Liking videos, stuff like that is a great way to help as well. But thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time. Meow.